Hey chums, welcome back to a Game with Chums podcast. I'm your host, Paul the Magnificent, Paul the Wondrous, Paul the Mysterious, and Paul the Glorious. And telling me to get on with it is the ever glorious and not so wondrous Mr. Raws. How the hell are you?
I am rough. I've still got a shitty cold.
Yeah.
And I'm on antibiotics and I'm not sure they're working. So brilliant.
Yeah. Well,
how are you?
Cool. Thanks for asking. I'm not bad. I feel a bit knackered, to be honest with you. Went out last night. It was the Bromley pub crawl that they got people in Bromley. They do that every year at the for Christmas. 21 pubs, and yeah, it got a bit messy. Like I'm the youngest guy there, so everyone else is in their like late 40s, 50s. Some of them in their 60s. I think a couple of them are in their 70s. So obviously, like,
what are you hanging around with, man?
Well, it's my older sister, her fiance. It's all their mates, and I've just been like for the last 3 years, and yeah, it's just like you can tell like they're all feeling their age because I feel it, and I'm younger than them, and I was just like, wow, this is just a lot of these guys are just they need young blood. You see, they need young blood, and I think a lot of them can't really hack it anymore. I mean, it's only like half pints in most of them. Full pint in it starts at 11. 1 pint in the Crown, which is a carvery. Then you go to halves, lunch break, have a pint of German beer. Then at the last place, you normally just start drinking pints then. But by then, like a lot of people dropped out. There was about 13, 14. I think only 4 or 5 made it to the end. So yeah, a lot of them dropped out. So yeah, it was fun.
Start talking about how some of them are in their 70s and then saying they dropped dead.
Yeah, none of them dropped dead, but they looked like it was close to it. But yeah, other than that,
it's been cold enough.
Yeah, other than that,
we claimed some of them.
We went on our pub crawl, video game pub crawl, which we're gonna have a video up near Christmas, and that was really cold that day, and it
was like -1.
That involved all of London pretty much, so that was pretty tough going, but it was fun to see other parts of London as well.
I feel like if we do that again, we do it when it's not like summer, because then it'll be too hot and that'll be equally as annoying, but do it in like the spring or something when it's mild, because it was so cold. You got into a bar and it was like, oh, it's warm, and then and then we're like, all right, we've got to drink up and leave, and I was like, oh, no, back out in the cold.
Well, that's the thing.
When it's milder, we can do a better job of it.
I was saying, don't get too comfortable. Don't take your jackets off, because we're going to be there at like 10, 15 minutes at the most. Unfortunately, didn't finish it. I kind of wanted to, but I can see there was a lot of tired and cold legs out there. So we ended up finishing in Soho, which was a bit anticlimactic because
it was a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, because someone didn't want to carry on. I knew that it was going to happen, though. I could tell when he started mentioning it, and I was just like, okay, I know it's gonna. He's just what he wants. He's done with it now. So yeah,
I was happy to crack on, but
yeah, I was as well. I wanted to, but I don't want to force someone to do it. And we could have carried on. Yourself, and I. We could have carried on, but I kind of felt like I didn't want to just abandon them, because we would have ended up back close to home anyway. But there you are. Anyway, you'll see the video of it. So yeah.
Spoilers. We didn't quite make it.
But maybe when we try again in spring next year, we can do it, and hopefully invite more people to come along to it. So yeah. Anyway, stuff has been happening in the world of gaming. Well, one big thing anyway. It was the annual Video Game Awards, which happened at the time of this recording about on the Thursday, so about 3 days ago.
Let's call it 2.5, because it was a stupid o'clock.
Yeah, it was on at half midnight, 12 here in the UK. So I didn't watch it. I was planning to, but it's 3 hours long, and I was like, the time I finish, it'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, nah, bollocks that. Not really bothered about the Game Awards. I'm more interested in the reveals and trailers, which there were a few of, which we will talk about. But let's start off just talking about the winner of the Game Awards, which was drumroll Baldur's Gate 3, which we all knew was going to win Game of the Year. We all knew that.
I mean, I want to say we called it in the last podcast, but I mean, I think anyone could have called it.
Yeah, I mean,
it seemed like it was nailed on to win.
Yeah, the attention it got, the hype it got, which was well deserved. It was bound to win. I mean, I don't think anything come close to it. There were some strong contenders there. You had Spider-Man 2, you had Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, you had Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4 remake. So there was some strong competition, but
it's been a big year.
We all knew what was going to win, and it turned out it was the winner. So what do you think about that? Well deserved, Mr. Ross, or not?
Well, I can only say from like the reception it's got, because obviously I haven't played it and I want to play it at some point. It's not necessarily just because it wasn't out on Xbox, because I could have played it on PC at launch, but I'll play it soonish, I think. But yeah, so I haven't played it, and I've avoided trying to watch as much of it as I can because I don't really want to be spoiled on too much before I play it. But I mean, from the reception it's got, the reviews it's got, the fact that it's just blew up almost out of nowhere. I know people saying that they've been playing it in early access for like 3 years. We're expecting it to be amazing, but I think for a lot of people it just came out of nowhere, and it was huge. So seems perfectly well deserved to me.
Yeah, it's got the praise, and I think it's pretty well deserved, to be honest. I like yourself, I haven't played it yet. I could have played it on PC, but I decided to wait for the Xbox version, which was announced. It was released. The digital one was released.
It wasn't announced.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was leaked.
It came out.
It just came out.
They were supposed to announce it.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, they just didn't bother. Someone forgot to tell them. Larian Studios. They were like,
I think they were expecting to win as much as everyone else, and I think they were going to do it in their acceptance speech. But the thing that's kind of generated a bit of controversy since the Game Awards was on a few days ago is that the fact that they were shooing people off the frigging stage. People were like doing their acceptance speeches, and then like 20 seconds in, they start playing music over them and telling them to wrap it up. And so I think they just got shooed off the stage before they got a chance to actually announce it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's shit, isn't it?
I think it was the studio head, Sven Vinke, was like halfway through dedicating the award to like one of their team who died during development, and they were telling him to wrap it up. So I think there needs to be a bit more time for people to actually celebrate and accept their awards next year, because we had like a few minutes of friggin' Gonzo from the Muppets talking to Jeff Keighley, and that was more important than like giving the Game of the Year winner more than 30 seconds. And yeah, there was a lot of crap. I watched it on the Friday when I got back from work. I just sort of like I skimmed through bits and pieces, but there was, even then skimming it, there was a lot of crap, but we can talk about that in a bit, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's good, isn't it? Thanks, Jeff Keighley. I voted on the Game Awards.
You did? What did you vote for? Yeah,
I did vote for, even though I haven't played it, I did vote for Baldur's Gate 3 to win Game of the Year. Just because like what I've seen of it, I like, and I know it's going to be a game I'm going to really like, because I'm into like the sort of that sort of RPG style games, Dungeons and Dragons. Obviously, like, BioWare made Baldur's Gate. Was it 2 or 1? I think I know they did one of them. Both of them. Okay, so they did both. So yes, I knew I was going to like the game. I know some people weren't keen on the combat, on the roll, dice rolls.
But it's D&D game. Come on,
the D&D game, exactly. So there you are. But yeah, I think it's well deserved, mate. From what I've seen, clips of it I've seen on YouTube. From what I've read, it sounds like my type of game, and I'm really going to enjoy it when I get around to playing it. I was going to get the physical digital version, but I'm going to wait for the physical release to come out for the collector's edition. So I'm going to get
deluxe
that
edition they've announced.
deluxe.
I've pre-ordered that as well.
So
Out to 90 quid, but I feel that's pretty fair given all the stuff you get with it.
oh, you get a shit ton
map
of stuff
and
in there.
soundtrack and everything.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the big winner, man. So well deserved, well done.
It also won the player's voice one as well, which is like the player voted one, which I guess is what you voted.
Yeah, I voted for that. So yeah, they won. Well deserved. I think they did quite well in the in all the categories they were nominated in. I think they probably won all of them actually.
Not all, but they did win quite a few. They won the game of the year. They won the player's voice. They won.
We're having
best
to look
performance.
This up.
Yeah, that was I think that was like the first award of the night. Neil Newbon, who I think is Astarion. Literally, all I know of the game is like some of the memes because I've been trying to avoid spoilers. But yeah, they won. I think they won about 5 best community support. They won. The problem is like because as I say, I watched it back and there were times where Jeff Keighley was just like, "Okay, let's rattle off some awards," and he'd just do like 5 or 6 awards in the space of 30 seconds. So it's kind of hard to remember. Best RPG, obviously, they won. I think there's a couple more. Best multiplayer. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole lot, but yeah, they won like 5 or 6, I think.
I think Jeff Keighley needs to relax, man, and actually do an award show properly.
Sort of like an award show that's an award show.
Instead of rushing everything, let the people bask in their glory and their triumph. But yeah, let's move on to this is a strange one. I don't know if you agree, but best ongoing game, Cyberpunk 2077 won, which I don't think it should have been nominated with it in it. To be fair, let's look at what he was up against. He had Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, which I thought should have won, Genshin Impact, and Apex Legends. Either one of those should have won out instead of Cyberpunk 2077 because I don't think it really fits that category that they're going for. That that it's in. To be honest, I know some people say it's had a lot of patches, a lot of work, it's had the DLC, but I'm just like, they patched it so it can run well.
They fixed it. That's what that was.
To fix it, that's all they did. And DLC, so what? Like loads of games have DLCs. I know it was a huge DLC and people really liked it, but I don't think that really should be really shouldn't have got them nominated for best ongoing game. I honestly think Final Fantasy 14 should have won. The amount of expansions it's had, the amount of work and on that game and how long it's been going for and how popular it is. It's beaten World of Warcraft as most popular game. What's the word I'm looking for? MMO. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't win. That seems really, really strange why it didn't win. Maybe it's again recency bias because it had that Liberty. Not Liberty City. They had a new Phantom Liberty that came out, so maybe people was persuaded through that. But other than that, I don't really think they should have won. I honestly thought either of the other nominees should have won that because they're ongoing games, So it kind of feels like an RPG, single player RPG winning that. Not for me, mate. No, I don't agree with that one.
It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It definitely raised a lot of eyebrows. I wonder if part of it is because I think all of the other nominees have won it other years. So I don't know if they just didn't want to give it to the same game again. I mean, obviously, I'm massively biased being a big Final Fantasy 14 fan. But yeah, it's just like you said, like the ongoing support for the game has mostly been making it work.
Yeah, making it better.
And yeah, it had a big DLC recently, but loads of games get big expansions. And that doesn't really qualify them. It feels to me more like it's an effort to kind of rehabilitate CD Projekt Red's public image because they were huge after The Witcher 3. That game was huge and everyone was so hyped for Cyberpunk, and then it came out and it barely worked and they kind of became a bit of a meme for a while. It kind of feels a little bit like people going, oh, let's give them the award just to sort of, show that they're back. And like, yeah, maybe they are. I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. I'll get around to it at some point. I was kind of waiting for him to fix it. maybe it is amazing now, and maybe Phantom Liberty is extremely good, which is good. Maybe they should have a different category, like
Yeah,
turnaround or something.
yeah, best improved game or something like that. Something like that.
No Man's Sky could have won that at one point.
Yeah, I mean, why not? That they're still adding to that. That should have been nominated, to be
That
honest.
game's crazy, the amount of support that's got over the years.
Yeah, that should have been nominated then, but no, I don't think Cyberpunk should have been nominated, and I really don't think they should have won, to be honest. But anyway, we're gonna move on because we've got quite a bit to get through. We won't go through every category because who gives a shit about esports teams and managers and players? I certainly don't, so I'm gonna skip that. Studio game direction. Now, I think Alan Wake 2 won there, Epic Games. So congratulations. You've played Alan Wake 2, and do you think that's well deserved?
I haven't finished it yet. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through it, but it is very, very good. I
Well
think it
deserved.
won. Yeah, I think it won like best narrative and best game direction.
Yeah,
as well. So I mean, definitely deserves some awards. It's an extremely well put together game. Very, very good.
Obviously,
Baldur's Gate was sitting there wearing a Control t-shirt, so I might be slightly biased. Again.
Baldur's Gate was nominated, didn't win. So yeah, there you are. Obviously, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario
nothing.
Didn't win nothing. Super Mario Brothers Wonder was nominated for a lot. That was also nominated for Game of the Year, didn't win. So I'm, well deserved. Good for Remedy, man. Good for Epic Games. Good for Alan Wake 2. This one I'm not too sure about. Games for Impact. Now, what does that actually mean?
It's like games that have kind of like had some kind of social impact or
something like
that.
No, I completely understand that one.
Like don't know much about like driving accessibility or like
okay.
I mean, like inclusivity and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So this how do you pronounce that? Chia. That one. So congratulations to them.
They got a lot of cheers, so I think that's I think most people agreed with it. I haven't actually played it. I've heard good things about it.
Okay, cool. This one's a bit more meaty. We can talk about more best action adventure game. The winner was Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't played that either. For a gaming channel, we don't play much, do we? It was up against some strong competition again. Alan Wake 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I thought should have won, but that's the only one I played. Resident Evil 4 remake and Spider-Man 2. So it was up against some strong, all of them sequels there. No new IPs here. One remake chucked in there as well. But yeah, Legend of Zelda was going to win that. I kind of feel like, I don't know if that was a popular vote.
I'm not sure, but I feel like if it wasn't going to win Game of the Year, it was going to win that instead. It's going to win something.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 didn't win anything, did it? I don't think it won anything.
Not sure.
Yeah, we'll go through it and we'll see. I don't think they did though. But yeah, my personal choice, because I've played it and I think it's a good game. Jedi Survivor, good game, really good, beautiful game, really good Star Wars game. I mean, my love for Star Wars has waned over the years, but that series is really good. So that's still some things out there I love about Star Wars, and that's one of them. I should have won, but that's just my opinion because that's one I played. I wouldn't have voted for Resident Evil 4 because again, remake. Still good game. It looks great. But I don't know if that should have been nominated for anything. Definitely not nominated for Game of the Year. But yeah, Spider-Man 2. I played the first one. I haven't played this one. And I'm probably not really that bothered about playing it. Alan Wake 2 I still haven't got around to playing. So yeah, great.
We're doing really well for covering all these games, aren't we?
Yeah, you've played 2 out of those.
I played 2 and I own 2 of the other ones. I own Tears of the Kingdom, but I haven't played it yet, and I own Resident Evil 4, but I haven't played it yet. But I mean, cool. If I liked Breath of the Wild as much as everyone else, I would have played Tears of the Kingdom by now. But I just thought it was okay. And I say that as a huge Zelda fan. But yeah, Jedi Survivor was very good, but I wonder if part of that not winning is because it was kind of in a bit of a shocking state performance-wise for a long while. They only really fixed it up like a couple of months ago, I think.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That kind of counted against it a bit. It is a very good game.
Yeah, it's very true. Good call there, Mr. Raws. Anyway, next category was best independent game, and the winner for that was Seas of Stars. I try to pronounce that. Sea of Stars. I heard good things about that. That's available on Game Pass, and I've heard really good things about this game. It was up against some competition. Got Dave the Diver, which apparently shouldn't have been nominated because it's not an independent game.
It's from a huge publisher. Yeah. So it's Nexon, isn't it, that published that?
Yeah.
It's not an indie at all.
So yeah, Jeff Keighley needs to sort out what could be in what qualifies certain games to be in certain categories.
Just because it's a smaller game doesn't mean it's an indie game.
Just because it looks like an indie game doesn't make it an indie game. Yeah, so he was up against Cocoon, Pathfinder, and Dredge. And I haven't played any of these games, but I do want to get around to play Sea of Stars because it's available on Game Pass. So there's no excuse for not to play it.
I installed it the other night because I've been meaning to play it for ages. A friend of mine is like constantly raving about it. It's like a retro, like 16-bit style, like old JRPG.
Yeah,
and it does look really good. I've got it installed, but I just haven't played it. Cocoon, I've heard very good things about. Dave the Diver, I've heard very good things about. Viewfinder, I hadn't heard of until I saw this, and the little clips they showed in the nomination, I was like, oh wow, that looks so cool. So it's on my Steam wish list now. So I'm going to pick that up at some point. It looks very cool.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Best independent game, which is best debut indie. Yeah, the winner was Cocoon. So we lost out on the previous one. We lost out on best independent game, but best debut indie game. Cool. So that's good. At least they got something. They got some recognition. It was up against Pizza Tower, Viewfinder, Dredge, and Vendor. Visceral Games made that. Huh. Cool.
Really?
What? Yeah.
I thought they were.
Oh, it's not. No, that's not it. Sorry, I misread that. That's not Visceral Games. My bad. Ignore me. I've still slightly drunk.
Still drunk from yesterday.
Yes. I've had a beer just to even me out a bit today to help with that. Okay, cool. We can't really talk much about that because we haven't played any of these games. But congratulations, Cocoon. Well done. You've done well. Buy yourself a drink. Right, next one we can talk about is best role-playing game. And obviously the winner is Baldur's Gate 3. There was no contest there. I felt bad for the other contestants because they knew they weren't going to win that. Again, up against some strong opposition. Final Fantasy 14, Starfield, Bethesda, Sea of Stars, and Liza P. And is Liza P?
It was Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, sorry, 16. Liza P. Is that an RPG? Is that like a Souls-like game?
It's Souls-like, isn't it? But they are RPGs.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are actually. Yeah,
very stat-driven and everything.
Yeah. Ignore me. They are. I always like think shit as hard combat. That kind of puts me off a bit. Kind of makes me think like it's its own genre. You have people now say Souls-like games. So I always think like it always gets in my head. It's its own genre. Its own sort of section because it's shit hard. When people say it's like that, I just think, oh, the combat's going to be hard as fuck. But there you are. What do you think about that? Well deserved. I mean, we got a special mention for Starfield.
I think that was the only thing it was nominated for, wasn't it?
Yeah, best. It wasn't going to be nominated for Game of the Year because obviously there's been some negative stuff said about it. Some say it's stuck in the past. It needs to move. Bethesda needs to move on, and it sort of wears its You know, it's a Bethesda game because of the way it looks and plays.
You do, but
It's a
that's what I wanted.
yeah,
But,
but now people are saying that it needs to sort of modernize and get rid of that sort of old style. Maybe they're saying Bethesda's stuck in the past. What do you think about that?
I disagree. I think they're literally the only ones that make the kind of games they make.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people just want them to make something like The Witcher 3, and it's like that's not what they do.
Mm.
They make very interactive worlds.
Mm.
I want them to double down on that. Maybe maybe they can change things up a bit in that and make things more interactive and more reactive to the player. That's the kind of route they should go down.
Mm.
They've always had sort of like a lot of kind of immersive sim DNA in it, so they should go harder towards that.
Yeah.
Like, routes, different choices, different change the world depending on what the player's doing, stuff like that. I don't want to just make RPGs the same as everyone else is making.
Yeah. But yeah, congratulations, Baldur's Gate 3. I think this was the only category Final Fantasy 16 was nominated in.
No, it won best soundtrack, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
which I haven't played it yet because it's not on anything I own. Thanks for that, Sony. But I'm not going to argue with that winning best score in music. In fact, it was called, because that was done by Masayoshi Soken, who does all the soundtracks for Final Fantasy 14, and they're some of my favorite soundtracks of all time. So I'm sure the soundtrack for 16 is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy soundtracks are always good. Cool. All right, best art direction. The winner is Alan Wake 2, which I kind of am surprised at. I know visually it looks good, but best art direction, and I mean, you got Liza P there, Hi-Fi Rush, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I thought Hi-Fi Rush should have won that, just because how unique it is and look how visually stunning it is. I'm surprised that didn't win. It's a shame for Tango GameWorks. I think they should have won that, but I can't complain with Alan Wake 2 because from what I've seen, it does look good. Very dark, but very atmospheric. So yeah, can't really complain with that. My choice would have been Hi-Fi Rush just because of how unique it looks.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with either of those two winning. Alan Wake 2 does look incredible, and it's Remedy does a lot of stuff. They've been doing this probably since Alan Wake 1, really, with a load of like atmospheric effects and stuff. But they really like pushed it up with Quantum Break, with all the weird like time effects and everything. That just looked insane a lot of the times. And then Control with like overlaying like full motion video over your screen and stuff like that was really impressive. And it's Alan Wake 2 kind of feels like an evolution of all that stuff they've been doing for the last 13 years. It does some really mind-bending weird stuff at times. So I'm perfectly happy with it winning that. But either that or Hi-Fi Rush I'd have been happy with, because Hi-Fi Rush does look incredible.
Does look good. All right, cool. Next category is best adaptation, and the winner is no surprise here, The Last of Us HBO TV series, which I've watched and I thought was fucking great. Really good adaptation. Was really good, and I enjoyed it, and I thought it was very faithful. Even expanded on the source material, which I thought was really good. But again, up against Twisted Metal, Gran Turismo, which that film was shit. Castlevania, and the Super Mario Brothers movie, voiced by your favorite Chris Pratt. But can't complain with Last of Us 2. Great. I mean, they couldn't really fuck that up, could they? And mess that up, could they?
I mean, it was basically a TV show anyway.
Exactly. So they would have really had to do something wrong to mess that up, because it's a very basic story set in post-apocalyptic world. We've seen that loads of times, but it is the characters that make that game, and that's what made it stand out for me. And I'm glad that they managed to recapture that in live action, which is good. Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet because it was on like Sky, I think, and I'm too poor for Sky. But funnily enough, I did just buy it on Blu-ray, well, on UHD yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to watch it maybe this
Good.
week.
Good. Get to it. It's good.
But yeah, I mean, from all the reception of it I saw, not surprised it won.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Sorry to rush, but we just got a lot to get through. Best multiplayer game. I'm surprised with this one. I know it does have multiplayer in it, but I'm surprised it won. Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know. It was up against Animal Party, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Diablo 4, and Street Fighter 6. And I thought Diablo would have won that, to be honest, but
it's been a hard backlash against Diablo 4 and for a while. It reviewed extremely well, and then the discourse just changed overnight.
Always the way, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think most of those are games I don't think multiplayer when I think of them. Like, they all have multiplayer elements, but they're not what I think of when I think of multiplayer games.
Yeah, I mean, Party Animal. Sorry, yeah, maybe
that is very much a multiplayer game. Street Fighter 6, you can only ever have 2 players on it. So I mean,
yeah, it's not really.
I suppose 2 counts as multi, but still.
Yeah. Well, Baldur's Gate 3 1. Sure, maybe it's been a weak year for multiplayer. Seems that way. Yeah, can't complain with that. Anyway, here's where it gets a bit interesting because it concerns us being being YouTubers and all that. Best content creator of the year, and the winner is Iron Mouse, who is a VTuber. I've watched some of her streams. I quite enjoy it. Not a massive fan, to be honest. I wouldn't go out my way to watch it, but if it just happens to be on my recommended, I will give it a watch. Especially when she does collaborations. She does collaborations with a lot of YouTubers I watch, like CDogVA and some other people. Yeah, so yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I don't know any of the others here. People make games. I do know that was done by an ex-member of Eurogamer, I believe.
Chris Pratt,
yeah. So that's the only one out of all of them, apart from Iron Mouse, that I know of.
Same.
So I guess that's well deserved. I mean, I'm surprised Mr. Beast isn't on there, to be honest. Maybe that would have been too obvious, but he's been doing incredible things, and I'm surprised he's not on there, to be honest with you. What qualifies content creator? Is it just playing games, or is it just doing something out different? I don't know.
It must be gaming related, given it's the TGAs. Otherwise, surely they'd have Beard Meets Food on there.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, actually. Yeah, yeah, but there are obviously larger YouTubers with a larger fan base who play with games, but that would have been too obvious. So yeah, congratulations, Iron Mouse. Well done. Yeah. Cool. One win for a VTuber. Okay. Next one. Obviously, none of us have played any of these games because this is the most anticipated game, and the winner is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. No big surprise there, to be honest with you. What do you think? Boo, as a big.
I don't know. The trailers look good, but I did really dislike the first part.
Yeah,
as we've discussed ad nauseum.
Yeah, I mean, it was up against some strong opposition here. Star Wars Outlaws, Tekken 8, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Hades 2. Which, given the buzz with the first one, I'm surprised that didn't win. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII was always going to win. It was always going to win. I mean, come on. Yeah.
It feels like it's a given in that list.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was going to win. And what do you think? Yay or nay? No, I know you said boo, but no.
I mean,
okay.
The trailers have looked very good, and there's one thing I will say about the first part. I disliked a lot of it, but it looks very good, and the music's great, and the characters, they nailed the characters, except for Roshan, that stupid kid who gives you tests to do.
Yeah,
named Chadley or something. But yeah, the core cast of characters absolutely nailed them. The music was great. It looked very good. Visually, this one looks very, very good.
Visually, fantastic.
But yeah, I just hated what they did with the story in the first one, and the fact that it was 90% filler.
Yeah.
If this one
It was
is less than 60% filler, that'll be an improvement.
Yeah. Cool.
But it's still going to have it's still going to be stuck with the bad story crap they did last time. Changing it all around so it goes back to fighting fate again. I thought people hated that in Final Fantasy 13, but here we are. Anyway, don't want to get into ranting about this game again.
Yeah, you're just talking about what you hate about the first remake, which I liked it, but I can see your point.
For some reason, people went absolutely nuts over the first part, so I'm not surprised the second part is the most anticipated game.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that person who's like, you're wrong for liking thing, but I genuinely don't know how more people don't dislike that game. But anyway.
Yeah, cool. Let's move on from that quickly. Mobile game. I kind of want to skip this because I can't give a shit about mobile games. But anyway, Honkai Star Rail 1. So, yay. Next category is sports racing game. Winner is, which I think is well deserved because they always release bangers. Forza Motorsport.
Well, you say that. It came out and it reviewed really well. But then all the chatter about it online is about how shit it is. So, well, I mean, I haven't played it because I'm not into like motorsports games.
Just Horizon's good.
Dichotomy.
Well, I think that the competition wasn't very strong because EA Sports FC is just FIFA, but without the name, and people didn't like that. Hot Wheels Unleashed. F1 23, the Crew Motorfest. I mean, come on, it's not great competition there, is it? What else have we got here?
Okay. It's sports / racing, but they're all racing games except for one.
Yeah. All right. We can quickly go through this. Best esports event. Don't give a shit. 23 League of Legends World Championship. Great. Cool. Congratulations. Action game. Here we go. Core Armored Core. That one. Fires. Fires of. It doesn't have the full title.
Rubicon.
There we go. Yeah, that one.
I haven't played it.
Bankai Namco one. I think it made it. So
it's from Software.
Was it from Software?
Yeah, it was published by Bandai Namco.
Yes, the one. That's what I was trying to say. Excellent. Thoughts? Good? Bad?
Haven't played it. I mean, it seems to be well received. I'm waiting for it to go on sale, and I'll probably buy it. I like mechs and robots and stuff and explosions as much as the next person. So I'll play it at some point, but I haven't played it yet.
Cool. It was up against Dead Island 2, Remnant 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Ghost Runner 2. And out of all of them, Hi-Fi Rush is the only original IP, and it lost. So there you are.
Shows how much people want new IPs when they say they want new IPs.
There you go. But congratulations. Yeah, I guess you won. I would have obviously chose Hi-Fi Rush because it was unexpected and it came out of nowhere and people loved it. But there you are. Maybe it's cool. So next category is best fighting game. The winner was Street Fighter 6, and I think that was pretty much a given because the nominees were God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl 2, and Pocket Bravery. So, yeah.
I've never even heard of two of those.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 1 is another reboot. And so, I think Street Fighter 6 was going to be the clear winner there. And congratulations, because they've tried something new. They've got a bit of an open world. You can customize your own character, play a story mode through that. So, yeah, good. I'm glad. I haven't played didn't play the last Street Fighter because that was a console exclusive to PlayStation, which was great. But this one's multi-plat. So that is
I need
good.
To pick a copy up. I haven't got it yet.
That is good. All right. We've still got a few more lists to go. Best family game. give you 3 guesses to who won that. Of course, it will be Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Again, up against Pikmin 4, Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, and Sonic Superstars. So pretty weak competition apart from Pikmin, which it's a good game. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder won. Best family game. Of course it is. Of course it would. You know what you're getting with Mario, and you know it's going to be family friendly.
And all the wahoos and everything.
Yeah, woohoo! Cool. So we can move on from that. Best sim strategy game.
Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4.
In the last category, but didn't win.
Yeah, you had Fire Emblem Engage, Company of Heroes 3, City Skylines 2, and Advance Wars 1 plus Reboot Camp. Is that bloody fair enough?
1+2 Reboot Camp. So cool. 3 Nintendo games in that category.
Nintendo do like to
like their strategy games.
Strategy games, apparently. But yeah, congratulations, Pikmin 4. Well done. Best esports athlete. Don't care. We can skip that. Best esports coach, and skip that. We've got nothing to discuss about that. Best esports event. Yeah, we've spoke about that. Best esports game was Valorant. Yeah, I mean, I heard things about Valorant. Dota 2 was on there, which, you know, it's a popular vote. That could have won. League of Legends, obviously, but the fan base there is toxic as hell. And Pug Mobile, that was on there, and that didn't win because who pays?
Most multiplayer communities are toxic as fuck.
Yeah, well, that one's really well known.
League especially.
Toxic. Yeah. That's esports team, JD Gaming. Good for them.
Any relation to JD Sports?
Maybe they're sponsored by them. I don't know.
JD Sports still exists. I don't know.
JD Sports still exists. Yeah, I mean,
does it?
Yeah, it still exists. It's still out there. JD Sports. Best player's voice. So I'm looking for a different list now. So it's kind of threw me off. But I think anything else I'm missing there, Mr. Ross?
Innovation in accessibility.
Aha. Good.
Nominees Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter 6, and that was Forza Motorsport was the winner.
Oh, cool. Good for Forza Motorsports. Well done. Up against some strong competition there.
Now, if you missed any others, because I was looking at a different list to you originally, and now you're looking at another different list. But there is at least one other one that we missed.
Was it a big one?
Just trying to find. Kinda. I mean,
was it a best performance, best voice acting?
No, we did that. That was like the first award of the night. Best audio design.
Oh, okay.
Nominees are Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, and Resi 4, and Hi-Fi Rush 1.
Yeah, good for Hi-Fi Rush. I'm glad they're getting some recognition there.
They won something.
Glad they won something. Well done. Well done, Hi-Fi Rush. Well done, Tango Games Works. You did it. You won something, and well deserved and well played.
I think that's all of them now.
Yeah,
covered everything.
We've ignored all the esports stuff pretty much. Did we say best voice actor? So I think
that was best performance, wasn't it? Or was that two different ones?
Did we? Yes. The guy from Neil Newborn won.
Yeah.
For Baldur's Gate 3. So
yeah,
congratulations, Mr. Neil. You've done it. You've won an award. Now you
lovely speech as well. Very.
I didn't hear the speech, but I'm sure it was a lovely speech. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all the main ones covered. And I don't think we missed out on anything. Hopefully not. Best soundtrack was best score, best soundtrack, Final Fantasy 16. That one. That was up against some strong competition. Obviously, Hi-Fi Rush, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Alan Wake 2. So, yep, good for them. At least they won something. Yeah.
Unlike Spider-Man.
Which
was nominated for 7 awards and won nothing.
Yep, 1 F. Sweet.
People are very upset about it.
Wow.
Which, I mean, it looks like it's a very good game, but you
Yeah.
can't take these awards all that seriously, especially when they're spending more time on Gonzo and Matthew McConaughey than they are on the actual awards.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of the awards, they also announced a few games, which we're going to talk about. One of the big ones is a new Blade game from Marvel. No, by Marvel. No, from Marvel. Yeah, basically, Blade from Marvel is getting a game, and it is being done by the same team that did Dishonored, which means it should be Xbox
Good.
exclusive. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's an interesting combination of IP and developer.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are like clowning on it because Arcane vampire games, Redfall, but there are two different Arcanes. Arcane Austin did Redfall, and Arcane
Mm.
Leon are the ones doing Blade. Arcane Leon's last game was Deathloop, which was very well received.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. It's third person as well, which I don't think Arcane has ever done a third person game, so that'll be
Mm.
interesting. Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably a couple of years off at least. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
The
definitely. Yeah.
announcement trailer was cool, so I'd like to see more of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very unexpected combo of dev and IP, though, as I say.
Yeah, I mean, like people shouldn't really complain. Sony have Spider-Man and the upcoming Wolverine game, so they shouldn't really be surprised. But something that was supposed to be shown at the Game Awards was the trailer for the upcoming GTA 6. Yeah, that got leaked beforehand. So yeah, that was supposed to be announced during the Game Awards, but yeah, obviously being leaked and all that, so it didn't. But yeah, that game's coming out in 25, so another year, 2025. Coming out so probably the same time as Wolverine, so hopefully they'll probably push that back because it will get slaughtered by that game if it's released near the same time. So yeah, I think
Everything will get slaughtered by that.
yeah, it's pretty much going to be the year of GTA in 2025. But yeah, I know you're not much of a fan of GTA, but it is probably the biggest game out there currently. And the trailer's got like over like a 60 mil views in the space of a few hours. So people are hyped for it. I liked GTA. I'm a big fan. Played the last one, thought it was really good. So I'm looking forward to this game. It's got dual protagonists, one female, one male. It looks like it's a Bonnie and Clyde sort of style game. People are really hyped because it's the first female protagonist in GTA, but I know they had female protagonists in 1 and 2, but it's the first modern one that has a female protagonist. So people are hyped by that. Yeah, so that should be interesting to have that sort of perspective. What kind of game would it be in this current climate? Who knows? It'll probably be it'll be the same as always. Hopefully, it won't take itself too seriously because that was the problem that GTA 4 had with its serious storyline. The one with Nico, my cousin, let's go bowling. That's that one. Which I still thought it was pretty good, but yeah, people like a bit of silliness in their GTA's. I mean, is GTA parodying in real life, or has real life become a parody of GTA? It seems like that now. Like there's some
both,
just
maybe.
wacky stuff going on in the world, and especially in America. It's wacky. The rise of live streaming, social media has got more predominant. It's just causing people to become massive twats. People do anything for 5 minutes of fame, and it's just yeah. TikTok has ruined a generation. I think it's positive for sure. People make money from it, and it's a good way for people to promote themselves. But it has made. I mean, you can basically pretty much like watch people get killed and robbed on social media these days. So it's dual. It's a what's the
Double-edged
terminology?
sword.
Double-edged sword. That's what I'm looking for. Some really crazy shit on there, and yeah. So GTA is going to have fun with that. But anything else that we should talk about? Anything big?
A new
There
Mana
was
game.
Oh yes,
It's not a big deal, but it looked really nice.
that's coming out mass multi-platform as well, so it's not missing Xbox. That's good
Which is
for.
nice because Trails of Mana did skip Xbox, and it was a good, fun little game. But yeah, the new one looks really nice. Got
Nice.
Exodus, which is sci-fi RPG from
Oh yeah,
some ex BioWare and Naughty Dog people, I think.
yep, that'll be good. Hopefully, that should be multi-platform. There hasn't been any. Oh yeah, and Kojima released some weird trailer for his new game that he's doing with Xbox Game Studios called OD, which is called Overdose. Yeah, it's Kojima. He's a wacky character, and this trailer looks very interesting.
Using Unreal Engine 5 MetaHuman character creator thing, so the character faces just looked almost real.
Yeah. It's going to look great. It's like he said, it's going to be a film, but a game. But to be honest, Kojima always probably wanted to be a filmmaker more than he did want to be a game designer or
I think
game
he was
creator.
studying film before he got into games, wasn't he? That's what he actually wanted to do. Well, I should just quickly mention the Exodus game. Matthew McConaughey is in it, which is why he came and waffled on stage for a few minutes and taken up time that could have been spent on something better.
Oh, very much so. But yeah, that's pretty much. I know there was some other announcements. Obviously, Monster Hunter, new game for that was released.
That was like the one final thing at the end of the show.
Yeah, and the God of War expansion coming out for Valhalla, and yeah, that's pretty much. Was you expecting anything else?
Huge news! Finally got a release date for Skull and Bones.
Holy shit balls! Are you kidding me?
And they had the audacity to put on the end of the trailer, pre-order the premium edition now. It's just like, are you kidding me? But yeah, that happened.
All right. Well, that happened. That's a thing. And yeah, are you going to play? You know what a game should have been nominated for online or ongoing game? Sea of Thieves didn't get nominated at all. I'm surprised.
They did just announce something as well.
Yeah, they should have taken
private lobbies.
They should have taken out Cyberpunk and put Sea of Thieves in there. It was a criminal that game didn't get any sort of nomination in those categories that it was available for. So yeah,
kind of similar to No Man's Sky, where they've just been literally just plugging away and adding stuff year on year on year. Sea of Thieves has been doing the same thing,
like an ongoing game. Oh,
yeah, imagine that.
Funny that. Oh, it's funny that, isn't it?
But yeah, they just announced private lobbies like a few days ago. So if you want to jump on and do like the narrative stuff without getting ganked, you can go and do that now.
That's cool.
Which is
that's good.
Nice little option to have.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of things that people were calling for because you're doing a quest and you just get attacked by some griefer constantly, and it just puts people off.
Streaming it on YouTube for his followers.
Yep. I know a lot of people play it for the PvP, but there's some people just want to just adventure and they just don't want to keep getting constantly attacked and all their loot stolen.
I mean, I get it. It's the point of it. It's a pirate game. Seas are supposed to be dangerous, but yeah, sometimes you just want to progress. So yeah, if you want to just jump in and just get some stuff done now, you can do that in a private lobby, which is a really nice option to have.
Really good. But it's coming to that time of year. It's coming up to Christmas, end of the year. So another year done. Looking forward to next year. There'll be a lot of events for us to go to. We'll be going to quite a few. Anime Con will be coming to London for the first time, so we'll be going to that. And in the same month, they have the London Anime and Gaming Con, which we will be attending as press for the first time. Yeah, for 3 days.
Finally approved it.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be there as press. So come along and say hello to us. We'll be there. We'll be doing press stuff, which means like promoting, drinking, taking photos, making videos.
They're going to be literally like Wayne's World, like showing the pass around to everyone.
Yeah, get into all the private stuff. Get to go backstage and see all the guests and stuff. We're allowed to go in there. So
all access, baby.
We have to be on our best behavior and not going on like a drunken couple of yobs. Way.
That's what we do, though.
That's
our
thing.
Whole thing.
That's the whole thing. But yeah, we'll be going as press, so we're chuffed with that. Thank you very much. I think it's Melanie Roundland, who got us in. I think she's one of the organisers. So thank you very much for letting us both come in as press, even though we are just a couple of drunken louts. But we'll do our best to be on our best behaviour as always.
I mean, and we will make videos and put them up on YouTube and stuff. Our LAGC videos always do well, so it's pretty cool to be kind of recognised in some small way for that.
And us going for 3 days, it gives us an opportunity to sort of like take it in a bit more, so we can use those days. Saturday will probably be the day where we just do the majority of the video and indulging in a few light refreshments. Friday will be a chill one. Well, it'll be more for us to take photos because there'll be less people there, and we could do a bit more schmoozing. Sunday will probably be like a very like chilled, rest, low energy day because we're old, and I don't think we can. It'll be hard for us to do 3 days straight. Our feet will be sore, that's for sure. But we'll probably be just sitting down mostly on Sunday.
And the feet in a foot spa.
Oh yes,
that's on my rider. A foot spa, please.
Yeah. But anything coming up on the channel? I've been doing EA Sports FC. Not really enjoying it because it is just basically FIFA. Like they've used exactly the same. They've used exactly the same cutscenes and animations from the previous game. It's just like for like. They just didn't bother like making anything different for it. So that
they've rebadged it, you fool.
Yeah,
you might say.
Exactly, and then we still got Halo. We need to get back into.
We do need to get back to that.
Hopefully, we'll play more games on this gaming channel because we've become a bit of a vlogging channel over the last few months. I
was saying on the last podcast I want to get back to doing some exploring Game Pass stuff, but I've had a cold literally for 5 weeks that won't go away, so I'm just feeling very sorry for myself. When I feel better, hopefully I have a bit of time over Christmas. I will have a few days off work at least, so I might try and get a couple of videos out at least, but we'll see.
Yeah. So hopefully will be more video content, more gaming content. There will obviously be a lot more vlog stuff coming as well. We have had to pick and choose the events we're going to go to because some of them are getting a bit stale. And Comic-Con, not as great as it once was. Hyper Japan was been pretty poor.
EGX sucked.
EGX is not good, so I'll probably give that a miss.
We made a very poor choice in going to Animanga Pop in Brighton.
That was funny.
Very not during it wasn't. In hindsight, it's funny.
Hindsight, it wasn't the best choice, but who knows? We might go to more cons outside of London, big ones anyway, or fairly big. But yeah, anything else you want to say, Mr. Ross? Because this might be the last podcast we do for 2023.
It might well be. If it is, I mean, what are we now? 10th of December. Yeah, like 2 weeks from now is Christmas Eve, so this probably will be the last one of the year.
And
excuse me, unless we decide to do like a final one of the year next week or something, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we could just do like we could do like
the last one of the year, but maybe we'll do a quick one.
We could do like a look back on 2023 of our highlights of gaming, highlights on the channel, stuff we liked, stuff we can improve on, and stuff we can do in the next year. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can get this podcast on most podcast platforms, excluding Apple Music. Boo to Apple Music. Boo to you. Boo.
Boo you, Tim Apple.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again on the next one. Bye.
If we don't see you, Merry Christmas.